Welcome to the Coco Lesa Podcast. The Coco Lesa Podcast is produced and brought to you by the HOH Collective.
So we started having this conversation in private, and then we realized it was good for the cast. And I think part of that is just an example of how healthy communication works between two people that love and respect each other.
Yeah.
And have different views. And so I would like you to start out talking about how that last episode that we just did made you feel when I talked over you a bunch.
Well, it's not. It's like you're very passionate and very hyped about politics, and
I'm passionate and hyped about everything.
I know you're on 100 all the time, and it's very for someone who's on 80, 75, it's a bit. But
40.
Anyway, shut up, you. But so pretty much.
So the conversation, what I want you to explain what you said. Oh, just to give you a little background. So while I do stand for and represent for Hawaii, explain what you said again. And I'm not offended by it. And that's why I want you to say it in terms of Pacifica and your views.
Yeah, so what I was saying is I don't...
Yeah, talk to me. It's fine. They'll get it. They'll still catch it.
So yeah, as I was saying, I don't want to belittle your claim to the Pacifica culture, but you grew up very different to how a lot of our people grew up, and I'm not saying all of our people grew up the same way.
But I have a privileged point of view when it comes to a lot of different things.
So when we have a certain view on things, it's because this is how it's... There's certain reasons as to why maybe we don't vote or... Our views on the government should step in on this. We're waiting for the government to do this, and your views are a lot no, we need to take action now. We just need to do it ourselves. Do it for our people. No, don't wait for the government to do something. Why should we wait when we can do it now?
And so part of the conversation that we were having for this also, something that I think you guys have heard me say, something that I have the utmost love and respect for Okasana. You can check all of our messages. Every episode I'm like, you need to take lead. You need to take point. Because our show is Pacifica focused. Even though I would like us to address the rest of our cultures, because this is for her partly as well.
Yeah.
But I always understand that on almost every topic we speak on, her voice as a brown woman, as a woman of color, as a woman of the Pacific, is so much more important than my views. But a conversation that we've had with her sister, or that I was having with her sister, I think I got a little frustrated in this last episode, is because sometimes I take for granted that, sometimes people do need things explained to them, and a lot of different people listen to this. And so I kind of get caught up and assume that everybody is where we're at with it, and we get it. We get it. And so when you look at it from that perspective, the reason I get frustrated is because I don't realize that she's explaining for people that don't get it and need to understand. I'm like, you're making excuses. And so I got so frustrated, nah, don't make excuses for us. We got to get better. And if you make it, that I was jumping all over her topics and talking over her. And I feel really bad about that, because I never want to disrespect her. I never want her to feel disrespected, and I want her to know how important her views are to me and in general, and to our audience and our listenership,
Yes, I think going forward... No, but it's not that I ever find it an issue, because you're always so passionate about these things.
No, but I think it was just this one in particular.
Yeah.
And I think the reason that this is important for us to talk about and record after, we both said, it's not just for a background of our episodes, but we want to display, again, what healthy, respectful communication is when you care about someone. It doesn't matter if they're your partner or not. And the mistake that we make, all of us make, is thinking we can just not talk about these things and get over the feelings and it'll be fine. But if we don't talk about them, it just
sits there and bottles.
And it leaves room for a lot of negative things to happen.
Exactly.
And we have a very sincere understanding that the healthiest part and the most important thing to our relationship and our family is communication.
Yeah.
Because, we've just learned the hard way. When we don't communicate, it just leaves room for so many mistakes and problems and things to happen. And so we wanted to share this snippet, and that with you guys, and we'll probably release this before we release the politics episode so that you have perspective on the episode. Are you okay with that?
Sure, yeah.
I know, legit. Do you think it makes sense?
We release it
same time?
Like at the end of the last episode. So the one that we just recorded, we put it at the end and be like, okay guys, so we weren't as happy with the last episode because of this, this, and this. Have a listen to our breakdown of the episode. It should become. I think this is a little bit different than a breakdown, and I feel it should come at the beginning because, do you get what I mean? Like, I feel like the tone of listening. So it gives them a background, like, as you're listening to this, just keep in mind that. Yeah, this is what happened. We understand. This is how we feel about this episode. We're sorry about this. This is not our normal format, but this is just what happened, like a little breakdown. It's growing pains. Podcast episode. Yeah, so. So, yes, I'm happy with this. All right, so you just got that explanation. I'm not explaining it again. And so, yeah. So, with that in mind, the next episode is politics, and you will hear how passionate our debate gets, but we hope you guys still enjoy it. And listen, we're not fighting. At the end of every episode, no matter how the episode goes, we love each other very much, and we do this not just for our family, but for our people and for all of us to get the best from this experience. And we thank you guys for listening in. Go out and vote. Facts.